At number 1, Mario Kart World turns the whole map into a playground instead of keeping every race boxed into separate tracks. Grand Prix routes flow across connected regions. Free roam lets you hunt for secrets and photo spots. And Knockout Tour throws 24 drivers into a fast elimination run. The bigger scale feels fresh without losing the instant pick-up-and-play chaos Mario Kart does best. I especially love how a quiet drive can suddenly become a ridiculous race with friends. If this list helps you find something good, tap like, subscribe for more gaming picks, and comment your favorite game so far. Between the changing environments, huge races, and constant little discoveries, Mario Kart World remains one of the easiest Switch 2 games to recommend in 2026. It works whether you want serious competition, couch multiplayer, or 10 minutes of pure kart racing nonsense. Coming in at number 2, Donkey Kong Bananza is built around one simple pleasure: smashing almost everything in sight. DK punches through terrain, tears chunks from the environment, climbs freely, and teams up with Pauline, whose singing unlocks powerful Bananza transformations. That destruction makes exploration playful, because the obvious path is rarely the only path. I love how physical every hit feels. It is colorful, inventive, and satisfying when you stop following roads and start making your own route underground. Number 3 brings tension with Resident Evil Requiem, a survival horror game that pairs Grace Ashcroft with Leon S. Kennedy. Their different gameplay styles keep the campaign shifting between vulnerability, investigation, and harder action. The return to mysteries connected with Raccoon City gives longtime fans plenty to dig into, while the presentation feels cinematic today. I think the contrast between Grace and Leon is the real hook, because the fear changes depending on who you control in each dangerous section. For number 4, Pokémon Pokopia slows everything down and turns Pokémon into a cozy life simulation. You play as a Ditto transformed into a human-like shape, then explore, gather materials, craft, build, and create a home alongside familiar Pokémon. The appeal is less about chasing badges and more about shaping a world at your own pace. I find that change refreshing. It is the kind of Switch 2 game that can turn a short session into a relaxed evening fast. At number 5, Pokémon Legends ZA heads into Lumiose City with real-time battles that make Pokémon feel immediate. Trainers move during fights, timing matters, and Mega Evolution adds another layer to encounters. This city-focused structure creates a different rhythm from the wide wilderness of Legends Arceus, with exploration packed into a dense urban setting. I like battles feel less static here. If you wanted Pokémon to experiment more with movement and action, this is one of the strongest picks available. Sliding into number 6, Hollow Knight Silksong gives Hornet a faster, more acrobatic adventure through the haunted kingdom of Farloom. Combat feels sharper, movement is more aggressive, and tools add options when difficult enemies start crowding the screen. The world still rewards curiosity with strange characters, hidden paths, dangerous bosses, and places that look beautiful while clearly wanting you dead. I love that constant push between elegance and danger. Few action platformers make getting lost feel this exciting again today. Number 7 belongs to Hades 2, which takes the addictive run-based structure of the original and gives it a darker, magical identity. Malinoe fights beyond the underworld, using shadowy weapons, sorcery, and blessings from the gods, while hunting Kronos, the Titan of Time. Every failed run still moves relationships and story forward, so defeat rarely feels wasted. I think the combat is more expressive than before. On Switch or Switch 2, it is dangerously easy to play one more run. Exploration takes number 8 with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, sending Samus across an unknown planet filled with alien ruins, hostile creatures, and layered environmental puzzles. The first-person perspective keeps every scan, hidden passage, and firefight feeling close and deliberate, while new traversal ideas open larger spaces than earlier Prime games. I personally love the lonely atmosphere most. It makes every strange sound feel important, and the Switch 2 edition gives this long-awaited return the visual clarity its environments truly deserve. At number 9, Kirby Air Riders turns racing into frantic vehicle combat where your rider and machine matter as much as speed. Air Ride delivers races, City Trial builds toward unpredictable stadium events, and Top Ride changes the perspective. Simple controls hide plenty of strategy around drifting, boosting, attacking, and grabbing abilities at the right moment. I love how chaotic it gets without becoming impossible to read. It is a great multiplayer pick when ordinary kart racing feels too familiar. Night City lands at number 10 with Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, and having this open-world RPG on Switch 2 still feels impressive. You get the full base game plus Phantom Liberty with flexible builds, gunplay, hacking, driving, choices, and a dense city packed with side stories. Switch 2 controls make portable play more interesting through motion and mouse options. I am impressed by how complete the package feels. It is an enormous game to carry around without shrinking the experience. At number 11, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth opens the journey beyond Midgar and gives Cloud's party a much broader world to explore. Chocobo travel, large regions, side activities, character moments, mini-games, and fast hybrid combat keep the pace changing constantly. The story can be dramatic one minute and wonderfully strange the next. I think that variety is Rebirth's biggest strength. Seeing such an ambitious RPG running on Switch 2 makes it one of the platform's most impressive large-scale RPG ports. Number 12 goes back to Midgar with Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, the natural starting point before jumping into Rebirth. Combat blends real-time attacks with tactical commands, letting you switch characters, build ATB, and slow the rush long enough to make smart choices. Intergrade includes Yuffie's story, adding personality and quick ninja combat. I love how confidently this remake modernizes a classic. On Switch 2, it feels like a substantial RPG, rather than a cut-down portable version of something bigger. Getting messy at number 13, Splatoon Raiders shifts the series toward a single-player adventure built around island exploration, treasure hunting, and waves of salmonids. You customize your raider, choose ink weapons, use mechanical gadgets, and can call other players for help when a hunt gets rough. The familiar ink movement still makes every arena feel lively and mobile. I think the treasure-focused structure fits Splatoon beautifully. It gives that excellent shooting a fresh purpose beyond the usual competitive multiplayer loop. For number 14, Street Fighter VI brings one of modern fighting games' strongest packages to Switch 2. World Tour gives solo players a full adventure, Fighting Ground covers the classic modes, and Battle Hub keeps online competition active. Multiple control styles make it approachable, while serious players can still spend hundreds of hours mastering matchups, spacing, and combos. I think that balance is the game's biggest strength. You can mess around casually and still have room to improve months later. Co-op takes number 15 with Split Fiction, a two-player action-adventure that jumps between science fiction and fantasy. Mio and Zoe move through worlds, so one minute you might be riding dragons and the next fighting through futuristic chaos. Every section introduces a new mechanic before the idea has time to become stale. I love that restless creativity. If you have one reliable co-op partner, this is the kind of game that keeps giving you stories to talk about afterward. At number 16, PRAGMATA mixes third-person shooting with a hacking puzzle system that makes every fight demand two kinds of attention. Hugh handles movement and weapons, while Diana breaks through enemy defenses, so you solve patterns before opening targets for damage. The lunar station gives everything a cold, lonely science fiction mood, different from most action games. I think that unusual combat loop is why it stands out. It feels less like another shooter and more like learning a new rhythm. Darkness settles over number 18 with Lies of P Complete Edition, bringing the full puppet-filled Souls-like and its Overture expansion to Switch 2. Combat revolves around precise guarding, weapon combinations, legion arms, and tough bosses that punish panic. Krat's twisted Belle Epoque streets give the game a gorgeous but unsettling identity, and the complete package adds more story around its downfall. I really like how elegant the world looks beside how vicious the fights feel. Every victory feels properly earned. Flying into number 19, Star Fox rebuilds the Star Fox 64 adventure with modern visuals, voiced scenes, orchestral music, and tighter presentation on Switch 2. The core still delivers fast arcade shooting, branching routes, memorable squad chatter, and an urge to replay missions for a better run. Its linear structure lets each stage push spectacle without slowing down. I am glad Nintendo kept the pace sharp. It feels approachable for newcomers while carrying the replayable arcade spirit longtime fans remember. At Number 20, Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection turns familiar monsters into partners inside a colorful turn-based RPG. You explore, hatch, and raise monsties, build teams around their strengths, and enter tactical battles where reading an opponent matters. It carries recognizable Monster Hunter creatures into a warmer, character-driven adventure without losing the thrill of building a roster. I think that contrast works well. If mainline Monster Hunter feels intimidating, Stories offers a friendlier route into the same strange ecosystem. Number 21 goes to Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, which reshapes a famously massive classic into a friendlier modern RPG while keeping its island-hopping sense of discovery. You move between past and present, restore lost lands, meet colorful communities, and develop your party through a flexible vocation system. The handcrafted-looking visual style gives familiar monsters and towns extra charm. I personally enjoy how patient the adventure feels. It rewards curiosity, smaller stories, and steady character growth instead of constantly chasing spectacle. At number 22, Digimon Story Time Stranger delivers a monster-taming RPG built around the bond between humans and Digimon. You recruit a huge range of creatures, develop teams, manage abilities, and fight through turn-based battles while the story moves across time and connected worlds. There is plenty of system depth for players who enjoy building efficient parties. I like how seriously it treats progression. It scratches that creature collecting itch, while still feeling distinctly different from Pokémon in tone and structure. Rhythm takes 23 with Rhythm Heaven Groove, which strips gaming down to timing, music, and silly visual jokes. Each challenge teaches a pattern, then tests whether you can stay locked to the beat while the screen tries to distract you. The rules are easy to understand, but getting a clean performance can become obsessive. I love how quickly it creates that one more try feeling. It works perfectly for short handheld sessions, yet tougher patterns can keep you practicing for ages. Things get delightfully awkward at number 24, with Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. You create Mii characters, place them on your island, decorate their surroundings, solve problems, and watch friendships, arguments, romances, and bizarre situations develop without warning. The fun comes from seeing familiar faces behave in unexpected ways. I honestly think that unpredictability is the whole magic. It is less about winning and more about checking in to discover what ridiculous story your island created while you were away. Closing at number 25, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is built for players who want speed, tracks, and multiplayer chaos. Travel rings warp races into different dimensions mid-event, while dozens of vehicles and gadgets let you tune a setup around your style. Local split screen, online races, and party modes give it plenty of replay value. I think the dimension switching keeps tracks feeling unpredictable. It is a strong alternative when you want kart racing that isn't Mario Kart, especially with friends.